Hello everybody, and howdy ho! My name is Foxy Games, and welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV, full story playthrough. In the last episode, it was a bit of a rough journey, but we have made it to Kugane. Not quite all the way to Othard and therefore Doma, like we had intended. There's still a bit of a roadblock to get past in order to do that. So, we get off this rather comfy couch, have a chat with everyone, and we'll continue on with the story to see if we can find Gosetsu and Yugiri. I'm not sure how I imagined our time in the Far East unfolding, but it definitely didn't involve Uldans, and especially not these Uldans. Still, whatever works, right? I generally agree with that. He was not exaggerating when he spoke of their ward's efficacy. Whoever wove them did so with consummate skill. Oh, this place takes me back. I think I read this already. It reminds me of the workshop of an Uldan lapidary I once served. I'm not sure what a lapidary is, but yeah. I must confess, I am an avid collector of all things Far Eastern. See for yourself, I insist. Yes, I've definitely read these already. So, let's talk to Alphino. It would seem inefficient for all of us to venture out together in search of information on Yugiri and Gosetsu's whereabouts. Agreed? Agreed. We need to cast our net wider, split up, and pursue all available avenues of inquiry. But if we're to coordinate our efforts effectively, we'll need to establish a working base of operations here. Indeed, Totoro would seem best suited to the task of organizing our supplies and procuring new ones. While she attends to that, we four can begin our search by questioning the individuals Hancock identified. Alice and I will take those in the southern districts of the city, and the two of you can take those in the north. In anticipation of just such an eventuality, I took the liberty of preparing some sketches of Yugiri and Gosetsu during our voyage. Wow! Yashola warned me that you were a bit of an artist, but these are great! They'll definitely come in handy. I wonder if that's, like, actual concept art of them. Looks like it's you and me, Foxy. Let's step outside and talk about where to start. Sounds good to me. I hope it's okay to leave Totoro here with Hancock. Oh hey, there's suddenly more people here. A gunbreaker and a kitty. That is a pretty kitty. Anyway, let's not get too distracted. Wow, Alphino's sketches are so... I don't know how to put it, but they're very... Well, see for yourself. And we can always look at them at any given time by using it in the key items menu. Let's do so. I'm pretty sure it's the same as what we just saw. It is. It looks more like them than they do. Honestly, he could make a living doing this. Sorry. No time for distractions. Why don't we start by visiting Kariku at the Onsen, that was it. Alright, Gigi. Let's get going. Come one, come all. Burns, cuts, embarrassing rashes. There is naught that the mystical waters of the Bokai Sen hot springs cannot heal. I wouldn't want to be in the same hot springs as a dude with an embarrassing rash. That's for sure. Oh, what's that in your hand? A surprisingly accurate depiction of Yugiri and Gosetsu, once again suggesting that Alphino may have mistaken his life's calling. Kind of throwing back to Realm Reborn here a little bit. Or was it Heaven's Ward? You seek this aura and this Rogadin, do you? 1,000 apologies, but I cannot help you. It is against our policy to divulge information regarding patrons past or present. Please, we came all the way from Eorzea to find our friends. We have our reputation to consider, miss. Men and women from all walks of life come here in search of rejuvenation, body and soul. They seek privacy and discretion, and we have ever honored their wishes. Only the Sekisegumi may demand otherwise. I am sorry, but there is naught I can do. I suppose we'll just have to ask someone else then. What about that woman who runs the hostelry? Kotokaze, was it? You seem a kind soul, and it pains me that I cannot help you. If the strain of your troubles weighs too heavily on your heart, I could recommend a number of treatments. Well, I'd sure love to go to this onsen, but we've got some friends to find. Maybe later. Welcome, traveler. Can I interest you in some rice wine? Exceptional quality, delivered but the other day. Have you seen these two? Ah, an Ari shinobi and a Rogadin samurai. If I may, I would answer your question with some of mine own. If I speak of that which you know, Ijin, be not offended. You're familiar with the situation in the lands across the Ruby Sea. The doomed rebellion after 2.5 decades of quiet. I see, and you're familiar with the ways of the Hingashi. How we elect to stand apart and support no cause but our own. Indifferent and callous, some may call us, but pragmatism is essential if a humble island nation such as ours is to survive. But we are not fools. Complete isolation is impractical, and so Kugane is open to Ijin, and we are equally hospitable to all. Or if I must speak more plainly, yes, I can help you, but if I do, I must also oblige the ones who ask after you. Are you willing to accept this fair and equitable treatment? If anyone comes looking for us, tell them whatever you like. As you wish. The two individuals of whom you speak did indeed come here. They sought passage across the Ruby Sea. Few ships are willing to make the trip at the moment. Nevertheless, I made several introductions on their behalf. That was the extent of our interaction. I will provide you with the names of the captains, if you like. You've been a great help, Mistress Kotokaze. I'll be sure to come back for that wine sometime. We would welcome your custom, miss. We should question these captains as soon as we can. You take the first 3, I'll take the rest. And we'll meet here when we've finished. Alright? Good luck. Ah, finally a lead. All Ijin are subject to the same rules and must receive the same treatment. To be equal is to be fair, and to be fair is to be free. I guess I understand. Even if you don't like the Garleans, you still have to treat them the same as us. And let's be honest here. Who likes the Garleans except the Garleans? Well, I shouldn't have come up here, but I can just jump. Hanish. Ah, he's from Radzet Han. You asked me if I've seen this Ari woman and this Rogadin samurai? The woman is unknown to me, but the man is not. He was for Doma, but I could not help him. We travel solely between here and Radzet Han. It would be an unreasonable detour. As I said, I spoke only with the man. He wished to go to Doma and went away when I said I could not help him. Will that be all? That will be all. How about this one over here? Yes, a Rogadin gentleman did approach me. He wanted to charter a ship to take him across the Ruby Sea, the mad devil. I sent him away like all the others before him. The woman? Nay, I know her not. Interesting. Were Gosetsu and Yugiri separate? More concerning question. Did something happen to Yugiri? I hope we're not running into some disaster. Where is this other captain? Oh man, but isn't Kugane beautiful at night? Not everybody here is particularly helpful. But man, this city's beautiful. Life on land is so stiflingly hot. It is truly unbearable. Oh, I wish nothing more than to sail the open sea and to bask in the ocean winds. Well, there's a big ship right there. There's nothing stopping you. Passengers? No, we no longer offer that service. Too much trouble. Now we only transport goods. I told this to the samurai and sent him on his way. The woman? If it is women you seek, the pleasure houses have plenty. That's not why we're looking for Yugiri. Though she is quite lovely, I won't lie. Well, let's hope Lise has had luck. We sure haven't. Where the fuck? Aha. Walked right past her. How did it... Oh, never mind. Judging from the look on your face, you didn't have much better luck than I did. Well... Oh, this is a house item. Too bad I don't plan on ever having a house on this character. Well, I suppose we might as well head back to... Wait, I just remembered. There was someone on my list I forgot to visit. Gyoto. He's a Namazu fisherman, whatever that means, and a regular here. Maybe we'll find him if we look around. Oh boy, my least favorite of the beast tribes. You'll see why. Oh my good god, what are you wearing, sir? Oh my good god. Well, you know, if it wasn't for your very pointed features, I'd call you rather twinkish. But, ugh. Ugh. Anyway. Where is this guy we're looking for? Upstairs? Oh, yeah. When I asked Kotokaze what Namazu meant, she said it was Hingan for catfish. And here I was thinking she'd said fisherman. Oh, God. He's not a fisherman, he's a fishman. Oh, God, they're terrifying. What? What? Why do you stare? You have business with me? By the 12, a talking fish! Yes, yes, a talking fish. How very observant of you, Ijin. Ah, you find me in good spirits, so your rudeness I will ignore this once. But only if you address me again in the proper manner. Sorry, I've never met a... Let's start again. You're Gyoto, right? My name is Lise, and this is Foxy. We're looking for some friends of ours. I see, I see. Both these ones I know well. I helped them secure passage across the Ruby Sea. Really? That's wonderful. Could you do the same for us? Yes, yes, this would not be a problem. For you, I could charter a ship this very day. But the journey is fraught with much peril. The fare will not be cheap. Are you sure you can afford to pay? I didn't think to bring any money, but surely Tataru will let us take whatever we need from the Scion's coffers, right? Oh boy. We wouldn't be the only passengers, though. Can we take a moment to talk it over with our friends? Yes, yes, but hurry! Your ship must depart under cover of darkness. We shall meet again at sunset on the Tasogari Bridge. Do not forget your fare. Bring many gear, yes? It's about time our luck changed. Alphino and the others will be thrilled. Or potentially hungry for catfish. Oh boy. I can't with the Namazu. I cannot take them seriously. They're literally just catfish. At least the other beast tribes. I mean, yeah, one of them is literally just wolf people. Some of them are literally just snake people. But for some reason, I just can't with the Namazu. Welcome back. We ourselves returned but a moment ago. You wouldn't believe some of the things you can find down at the markets. We're spoiled for choice here. I hope my information was of value. Well, in a way. We spoke with a number of merchants and captains at the southern piers. Several recognized Gosetsu and confirmed that he had been searching for a vessel to deliver him to Othard. None, however, made any mention of Lady Yugiri. Yes, it was the same story for us, and you'll never believe what happened. So this Gyodo claims to have aided both Gosetsu and Yugiri? How fortuitous. Not the word I would have chosen, Master Alphino. Stupid's what I'd call it. How can you agree to his price without making any attempt to haggle? Or even confirming what it was in the first place? Yes, that too was a misstep on their part, but it is not what troubles me most. Gyodo and his brethren are not renowned for their generosity of spirit. Rather, they are disdained as scheming moneylenders, ever eager to turn a profit from others' misfortune. Everyone else we questioned stated that Gosetsu was alone. Only Gyodo claims to have met both him and Yugiri. I suppose it's just possible that Gosetsu made inquiries by himself and only called upon Yugiri once he had found a willing captain. But it is equally possible, if not more likely, that you are being deceived. Do not forget that there are parties present in Kugane with agendas which may run contrary to your own. The Viceroy was once a spy herself, as I recall. I should be surprised if she did not have countless agents here in her employ, all eager to prove themselves to their new master. And what better way to do so than by delivering her the heads of foreign insurgents? Fine, you may be right about him, but if Gyodo's working for the Empire, who's to say he didn't try the same trick on Yugiri and Gosetsu? I mean, if he did, he might know where they are, and if he succeeded, they might be in trouble. Anyway, if he holds up his end of the bargain, we'll have nothing to worry about, will we? But if he tries to betray us, I vote we take him prisoner and punch him until he tells us the truth. So if it is a trap, we'll spring it and deal with the consequences. I like the way you think. Very well. We should prepare for the worst. Totaro will remain here, and I shall follow the three of you at a discreet distance. Once more, I must caution you to avoid physical altercations at all costs. Even should Imperial agents attempt to engage you, the Sekisegumi will not hesitate to clap you in irons, or cut you down. If anything untoward should happen, you are to return here at once. Is that clear? That wasn't a very convincing nod, Lise. And there I was, thinking Gyodo was just being nice. I tell you now, if Hancock's right about all this, that fish is getting filleted. Rest assured, I will not be far behind. While I am no shinobi, I can keep to the shadows when necessary. I had a feeling we might find ourselves in a situation like this, so I made sure to stock up on some special supplies that I thought might prove useful. Alice has them, in case you're wondering. Oh, I wonder. The Sekisegumi are not to be trifled with. Rare is the week that I do not hear at least one tale of an Ijin being arrested under dubious pretext. Fortunately, a wealthy and well-connected ally can help resolve such matters with the minimum of fuss. So in other words, you'll bail us out. Can't bail us out if we're dead, though. To review, Lise, Foxy, and I will meet with Gyodo as planned. Alphino will keep watch from a distance, ready to provide support in the likely event that Gyoto attempts to betray us to the Imperials or whomever else. Should that happen, you and Lise will subdue him, and together we will make our escape. As our actions will surely draw the attention of the Sekisegumi, we will evade them with Alphino's assistance and return here with our prisoner. Does that meet with everyone's approval? Of course, these precautions will be for naught if Gyoto does not play us for fools, but we shall see. To the bridge. I don't like this. Well, let's go. Also, I'm pretty sure I remember this quest being incredibly annoying. I hope not. It's a trap, isn't it? We may as well stop kidding ourselves. Yeah, pretty much. Our would-be ally is nowhere to be seen. Make ready, Foxy. Something smells fishy.
He's late.
Endless and most sincere apologies to you and yours, yes, yes. This way, quickly now.
Man, I did not make the right voice for him. Oh well.
Enough! Where are you taking us? Where is the ship?
This ship. So very sorry to inform you, yes, yes. Long before was it pledged to another. To me. These ones are for Doma.
Oh, how typical.
I knew it couldn't be this simple.
Nothing personal, yes, yes. Just business.
Then business is about to take a turn for the worse.
Ah!
Come on, let's find a way out of here.
Somehow, I don't think they're gonna let us go. Well, rules be damned. Let's kill some Imperials. Oh, Alphino's here. Just as he said he'd be. Now all we have to do is hope the Sekisegumi doesn't find us.
Of all the bloody places. Of all the bloody places.
Who the fuck keeps saying that? Uh-oh. As expected, the Sekisagumi have caught our scent. Since fighting them is out of the question, we'll have to find our way back to the Ruby's Bazaar, evading their patrols as we go. If they find you, use these smoke bombs to make your escape. Use the smoke bombs to evade the patrols. Be warned that attacking the Sekisagumi will result in failure. Even if they are the legitimate authority in Kugane, I mean, if we kill them all, we can just hide. Nobody will know. Alright, we have 9 smoke bombs that we can use. Damn it, they found us! Use a smoke bomb so we can escape. Ow. Oh, well, they're gonna see me. Alright, the Ruby Bazaar is... I forget. Which is probably not good, huh? Oh boy. Oh, it's up here. Oh, they didn't see me. That one did, though. Can't. Yes, I can. Huh. See, can I sneak around them? Oh, yeah. No. Oh, shit. Oh. Hi. Come with me. I will guide you to your friends. Okay. First a talking fish, now a tortoise. What choice do we have? Oh, this was not nearly as annoying as I remember it being. Hey, the 12 you made it. I fear our Kojin friend might not have found you in time. Everything is going to be alright. Trust me. Serves you right.
Stay hidden and quiet. Understood?
Clear the road! Clear the road! You there, Kojin. We seek 4 foreigners. One, a brutish woman carrying an unconscious Namazu. Have you seen them?
For foreigners, you say? Ah, yes! Very rude they were, making no apology as they barged past. They went that way, I think.
Many thanks, good sir. With me, they cannot have gone far.
All is well. The Sekisei Gumi will not return this way for some time, I should think. You are of the East Aldenard Trading Company, yes? Come with me. I know a safer way.
Well, we're kind of at the mercy of his kindness at this point.
You are returned. And with guests, I see.
of a sort.
Our meeting went about as well as expected. We've brought the Namazu who thought to betray us. When he wakes up, we'll see what he knows about Yugiri and Gazetsu.
Well done, you. When I saw the Seki Segumi out in force, I did begin to worry, but I see my fears were misplaced.
Actually, if it weren't for Soroban, we might not have gotten away.
'Twas my pleasure.
Yet I must ask, Soroban, why would you deceive the Sekisegumi to help us, foreigners of whom you know naught?
Why, out of the kindness of my heart, is what I would like to say, but my motives are not so pure. I chanced to witness your meeting with Hancock at the tavern, and saw an opportunity.
An opportunity?
Like many, I came to Kugane as a trader to make my fortune. Kojin of the Red may serve the Empire as mercenaries, but Kojin of the Blue walk a different path. Regretfully, most here would rather not meet our gaze, much less do business. So I seek the custom of those less predisposed to dismiss us outright, namely the East Aldenard Trading Company.
Quid pro quo, is it? Well, there is no denying that we owe you a debt. What say you, Hancock? Will you consider doing business with our entrepreneurial friend here?
Rest assured, Master Soroban, that in matters of trade, the company does not discriminate. We would be honored to hear your proposal.
I promise you will not regret this, good sir. Ah, yes. You sought passage across the Ruby Sea, did you not? I have a ship you can use.
You do? Well then, far be it from us to refuse. You have our deepest thanks.
And you mine.
I do like Soroban as a character. He just looks a little bit too much like a Power Rangers monster. His mouth doesn't move, you know. Though we Kojin are of the sea, we often come ashore to sell our wares and peruse your markets. It is my hope that an arrangement with the East Aldenard Trading Company will help us more quickly obtain the treasures that we seek. All things considered, that went rather well. Thanks to Soroban, that is. There's no denying that they were Imperials. They were wearing the same uniforms as the ones outside the consulate. Oh yeah, they were Imperials. You are doubtless wondering why our objectively green-hued friend here refers to himself as a Kojin of the Blue. The answer is quite fascinating, really. The Kojin language has many similarities with ancient Hingan, you see, and in ancient Hingan, the word for green, ao, can mean green and or blue. Though I do the word a disservice even by attempting to translate it, so steeped in meaning as it is. Why they elected to keep on calling themselves the Blue in modern times is anyone's guess. I, for one, would have much preferred a Kojin of the Ao. But one theory posits that they prefer the sound of the word blue when spoken. Another is that they are physically incapable of distinguishing between the two, which would have interesting implications in their everyday lives. Huh. Well, thank you, Mr. Know-It-All Hancock. I'm still annoyed he tried to deceive us, but at least we were prepared for it. Even so, next time we should probably try to avoid running around Kugane in the middle of the night with half the city guard snapping at our heels. Yeah, that might be a good idea. Well, we can't use these, or rather we could if they were any good, but we will take them for glamour purposes. Right then, Gyoto should be coming around soon. I think it's time we had a little chat, don't you? Assuming he's still alive, considering how hard you hit him. Not that I blame you. Rise and shine, little fishy. I know you can hear me, so stop pretending to be asleep or I'll give you another ride on my boot. No, 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 more boots. All my secrets are yours for the asking. Tell us what you know about Yugiri and Gosetsu, every last detail. And if I find out later that you lied to me... No, no, no more lies. The clear, unvarnished truth, you have my word. Only the samurai did I meet. Yes, yes, only him. He asked for a ship, so I provided an introduction to the Garleans. You mean you led him into a trap as you did us, because you are an Imperial spy? No, no, I am no spy. It was just business. Fewer ships pass through Kugane these days, and we have struggled to make ends meet. So when the Garleans offered a bounty for any dolmens found in Kugane... Oh, my mistake. You're not a spy, but a common cutthroat. Not that I'm surprised. You need half a brain to be a spy. So what happened to the samurai? Such a cruel, vicious tongue you have. He would not go quietly, no, no. Blades were drawn, men were cut down, and the Seki Segumi came. They took the samurai away. Hold on a moment. You mean to tell me that the Ijin they arrested the other day was Gosetsu? Ah, had I but known. If he's in the custody of the Seki Segumi, I need only see to it that the requisite funds find their way into the right official's hands, and your friend will walk free. As it is in Ul'dah, so it is in Kugane. But given the circumstances, it seems we have no choice but to resort to morally questionable means. We'll make a pragmatist of you yet, Master Alphino. Well, for once, the corruption rules in our favor. That's a nice change. I had never laid eyes upon us, the sacred treasures of Eorzea. My heart fair trembles with excitement at the thought. I'm glad we finally learned what happened to him, but did we really need to stir up all that trouble to do so? We might never have found out if we hadn't. I didn't think to include bribes when I was calculating our budget for this trip. Ha. I hope I never have to carry a Namazu again. He's not heavy, but gods, the smell. He's a fish. What did you expect? I have given you everything that you have asked for, yes, yes? Then there is no need for me to remain your prisoner. We'll see. One of these days, I may just punch that man in the face. Oh, Alphino, come on. He's doing his best. You are free to wait here while I speak with the relevant official, but if you would rather wait for Gosetsu outside the barracks, we can go together. I wouldn't put it past the Imperials to try something again, so mayhap it would be best if Lise, Foxy, and I joined you. Alright, but what about Gyodo? I will keep an eye on him for the time being. We can release him after you return with Gosetsu. He will doubtless have some choice words to say to the little fellow. Soroban, mayhap it would be prudent to prepare your ship for our immediate departure. As you wish. Everything is in order? Then let us be off. The Seki Segumi barracks are to the north. You sure they're not going to arrest us? You know, considering what we just did. You need not worry. I swear I will not let him out of my sight. In fact, I may have some more questions of my own. Yeah, just don't knock him out again. Or do. No more lies, no more betrayals. Yes, yes, I swear by all the kami in creation. Talking tortoises, talking catfish. I tell you, though, it's when the bears start talking that you need to worry. That, my friend, spells the end of civilization as we know it. Is that a reference? I feel like that's a reference to something. Oh well, if it is, it went right over my head. I hope Hancock is as good as his word. This looks a bit fancy for a barracks, don't you think? Everything's fancy here. This is the Seki Segumi barracks. See that you acquit yourself with propriety. No, not like last night. I must ask that you wait here. You may be assured that this will not take long. Well, let's wait. Is it really going to be as simple as he says, do you think? Oh, we're just waiting longer. He said it wouldn't take long, right? Because this feels a bit long to me. Calm down, Lise. Everything is going to be alright. Much as I hate to admit it, I share Hancock's dim view of government officials and their supposed incorruptibility. From what I've gleaned of the Far East, they're probably exchanging lengthy pleasantries. There seems to be a correct way to do everything here, bribery being no exception. I say we leave him to it, right, Foxy? Yeah, I agree. Yeah, oh, same thing. Right. Everything's fine. Probably. I mean, it couldn't be as bad as the last time we stood around waiting for something to happen. When was that? When the fish came after us? Or sent the Imperials after us?
How about you? Ah!
Oh dear.
Was that? That was Gazetsu. I'm sure of it. He's in trouble. Lise, wait!
I suppose we should follow her then.
Victory to the samurai!
How many is that now? 10 in a row?
Gazetsu!
Oh! This is a surprise! What in blue blazes are you three doing here?
I could ask you the same thing. We've been looking all over for you, and then I suddenly heard you screaming.
It would seem there has been a misunderstanding. Allow me to explain.
So, in summary, you started a brawl with some off-duty Imperial soldiers and were subsequently arrested by the Sekisagumi, whom you somehow befriended and convinced to set you free if you could defeat a given number of them in single combat.
10 bouts for my freedom, aye. 'Tis but a pity you came too late to witness the last one. And with that, I'm free to go, yes?
Our word once given may not be broken, but we pray you make every effort to avoid future altercations. Circumstances notwithstanding, my lord, we are honored and grateful to have witnessed firsthand the skill of a Doma samurai.
Ah, and we had just concluded negotiations. I gather my assistance was not required.
Bastard was just having fun while we were searching for him. I love Gosetsu. Some gloves that we can't use. So that leaves just one question. Where's Yugiri? Just when I think I've heard everything. To be honest, I wish I'd seen that fight. You and me both. 'Twas not for naught, then, at least. Our friend in the Sekisagumi is willing to consider this an investment of sorts, a payment against future misunderstandings. Oh, well, alright. 'Tis rare indeed to have the opportunity to study the swordsmanship of a master, much less spar with him. Well, they're happy at least. I must apologize that you endured such trials and tribulations in search of me. There's no need for that. You had no way of knowing that we'd come looking for you. You were after a ship to take you to Doma, yes? It just so happens we found a willing captain. Truly! What fortune! We will tell you all about it back at the company offices. Alphino and Tataru are waiting for us there. But where is Yugiri? Gosetsu! Thank the 12 you're unharmed. As you can see, Master Alphino, I am the very picture of health. You vile fiend, malevolent trickster! How kind the kami are to grant me vengeance so soon! But first I demand you return the coin you so villainously embezzled from me. You have every right to be angry, good sir. Gladly would I return to you your coin, had I not been forced to repay certain gambling debts beforehand. Setting that matter aside for the moment, where is Lady Yugiri? Was she not traveling with you? For a time, aye, but we parted ways some while ago, the better to improve our chances of finding Lord Hien. Lord Hien? Forgive me, I have yet to explain. Lord Hien is the heir to Doma's throne, and our master. His was a passionate voice for the cause of Doman liberation, and when we learned of the Emperor's death, it only grew louder. So you seized upon the opportunity and rose up to reclaim your freedom, only for your hopes to be dashed when Xenos led his army into your lands. The Crown Prince was a merciless foe. Against him and the might of the 12th, we had no chance. Once Lord Hien understood this, he bade Yugiri take to the sea with as many of our people as possible. He, however, would stand and fight, that they might have more time to escape. I remained by his side as well, and together we carried on our doomed war. And then one day, in a fierce battle, we were separated. I knew not what became of him, only that he was beyond the Empire's reach, and that to find him, I would need Yugiri's aid. The situation grows more perilous by the day, for the new viceroy, Yotsuyu, is a black-hearted villainess who delights in the torment of our people. There is naught she would not do to further her pursuit of Lord Hien. Thank you. I believe that makes matters a good deal clearer. It should please you to learn that we are come to aid the Doman Liberation Front in resuming their efforts to overthrow their imperial oppressors. Then allow me to join you. My inquiries here bore no fruit, hence my desire to return to Othard. Once there, I can lead you to our headquarters in Yangxia, where we shall all be reunited with Yugiri. Mayhap not all. Alphino's talents would seem better applied here in Kugane, working closely with Tataru and Hancock to feed us intelligence. There is a Garlean embassy right down the road, after all. While I appreciate the vote of confidence, I should be glad to accompany you all. As a soldier in the field, so to speak. Come now, brother. A competent commander assigns his soldiers the tasks best suited to them, as you of all people should know, and you are so very good at espionage and intrigue. For we all must serve, each in our own way. Very well, it would seem my place is here. Oh, poor Alphino. Soraban is waiting at the pier. Have fun, you lot. Oh, fun? Yeah, maybe a little. Well, that is one pretty kitty. Oh, she's gone. Oh well. We are going to head back inside just to see if they have anything else to say. What are you waiting around here for, Foxy? Don't you have places to be? Off you trot. Okay. Like the compensation given to the Seki Segumi, the company considers our aid to you and yours an investment. We look forward to establishing ties with any fledgling governments that may be formed in the aftermath of a successful revolution. Of course, you're in it for the coin. Just because an individual excels at a particular task does not mean he should be obliged to do it over and over and over again. How much longer do you intend to keep me here? I have given my full cooperation, yes, yes. That's up to these guys now. Foxy, out. I know Alphino can hold his own in a fight, but he is plainly better suited to more cerebral tasks. Surely I'm not alone in thinking that. I don't know, there have been times when if Alphino wasn't there, I don't think we'd be okay. This one's smaller than the Misery. A lot smaller. Ah, a Kugane captain. A fine choice. Only Confederate sailors rival their knowledge and skill. I'm glad you've got confidence in him. I've been waiting for you, my friends. All preparations have been completed and my ship awaits its passengers. Shall we depart without further delay? We should. After you, my shelled friend. If you insist. With me, everyone. The Ruby Sea awaits. To Doma.
I remember the water, how it turned crimson in the morning sun. A shimmering sea of rubies, stretching from horizon to horizon. You could almost believe it went on forever. But beyond that red expanse lay a land in turmoil. On the shores of Othard, our Doman brothers struggled in vain.
Alright, now, everyone's immediate question is probably, what in the hell is that gigantic spire? And that, I believe, and we're totally not upskirting this bunny on purpose, by the way, that, I believe, is Heaven on High, which is a random dungeon kind of thing that you can run for experience and items and the like. There's a lower level version of it in Eorzea called the Palace of the Dead. Both of these things, I believe, have their own story to them, and we might do them sometime. We might. That depends on how quickly we get to Shadowbringers and get through that. So, I'm not making any promises, but we'll try. Anyway, there are quite a few people here. Somewhere out there across the water is Yugiri and Gosetsu's homeland. Oh, did we only travel to an island? Well, betide any enemy foolish enough to attack by sea. Now, if the Garleans were to bring their airships, on the other hand. The Hingons built this island as a bulwark against invasion, and filled it with enough cannons to sink an armada. Yeah, but you're right, Alice. Airships would just laugh. Let's see some of these people around here, see what they have to say. We don't need a merchant or a mender right now. Moroha. You are to scrutinize their flags and make absolute certain they are an enemy vessel before firing upon them. Whatever you do, you are not to sink an allied ship or allow an unfriendly one passage. I mean, that seems pretty obvious, don't you think? Hayama? I have the eyes of a hawk. It is both a blessing and a curse. On the one hand, I can see everything. But on the other hand, I can see everything. Oh, jeez. So either you see some terrible stuff, or you get sensory overload. Ikaruga. Isn't that the name of a game? We've been given strict orders to monitor all foreign vessels passing through this area. It is far more taxing than it sounds, for in addition to that, we must also contend with the Confederates. Kumoji. It is my responsibility to keep these cannons in working order. I must clean and polish them regularly, else the corrosive winds will cause them to fall into disrepair. Lovely. Lovely stuff. Okay, that's enough, random strangers. Let's talk to Soroban, the stranger we know. How wide and beautiful she is, the Ruby Sea, filled with promise and adventure and treasures, many wonderful treasures. Oh, and we leveled up. We're level 69. Nice. How long have I been willing to say that? Not willing, waiting. Anyway. Now, in order to reach the shores of Ulthard, we will need to cross the resplendent waters you see before you. However, this is easier said than done. To set forth without making the necessary preparations is to invite the Confederacy to claim your vessel and your life should you resist. But this fate can be avoided by paying the Ruby Tithe, thereby earning you the blessing of the Pirate Lords. So, let us go and greet them. Our destination is the isle to the west. That doesn't look very far to me. Foxy, why don't we jump in and swim for it? I've had my fill of boats. An excellent idea. I think you should find the water to your liking. I will use my ship to deliver those less inclined to the isle. Man, you're gonna make me swim in this heavy armor, Lise? Alright. Yeet! We're making up for lost time, though. I mean, we didn't see Lise for a long time. Right, this should be easy, and a good way to loosen up before the next fight, whenever it comes. 20 gil says I beat you there. I mean, I've got 1.3 million gil, so even if I lose that bet. There aren't many cases in this game where you have to swim. Water is mostly just, a little extra. It's just something that's there if you want to be in it. Except for a few cases. Well, at least one. Not that I've anything against the occasional dip in the ocean, but to dive in on a whim is a bit... Oh, what spirit you two have to delight in this simple joy so readily. Not bad. We'll call it a draw. Really? But you clearly... Alright, whatever. Ah, there you are. I trust you enjoyed yourselves. Follow me, my friends. The one with whom we must speak is a man named Tansui. Alright, let's go. And note that there are no Aetherites here. Welcome to Sakazuki, arguably the most important of the Confederate outposts. From here, we have a clear view of the Ruby Sea in its entirety. Walk up these steps and have a look for yourself if you don't believe me. Well, they seem friendly. I'm sure they're all business. Like the pirates in Limsa. Ihaki. You're no pirate. Well, whoever you are, I hope you have a good reason to be here. Tell me about yourself. If it is not obvious from the uniform, I am a member of the Confederacy. 15 years have passed since I joined, and while I cannot claim myself to be an indispensable part of our organization, I am pretty important. I'm one of our main lookouts. Day in and day out, I inspect the seas, making sure that all the ships passing through here have paid their dues. It's not exactly the most thrilling work. I have lost count of the number of times I fell asleep while on duty. In fact, some days are so boring you find yourself almost wishing someone wouldn't pay the ruby tithe. Not that I ever have, mind you. Of course. What kind of place is this? This is Sakazuki, one of the Confederacy's main outposts. From here, we survey the coming and going of ships and collect the ruby tithe from all those who pass this way. While we have several other sites dedicated to the surveillance of neighboring waters, there is one thing that sets this one apart. This is where the founding members of our organization first joined hands and toasted to the future. That is why we call this island Sakazuki, or quite literally, the Goblet. Even now, the tradition carries on. We bring all of our newest recruits here that they might share a drink, and thus be truly united. If you're looking to join us, I would I'd be more than happy to recommend you to one of the higher-ups. No, that's okay. Talk to you, why not? Maybe you've got something interesting to say. I am charged with both monitoring the ships that pass through this area and keeping a close watch on activity in Hell's Lid. That must be the big hecking volcano over there. Did we already talk to you? I am one of the Confederacy's foremost lookouts. It is a position I intend to keep until the day I die. Lovely. Doma's position on the Confederacy could be best described as one of guarded acceptance. They are pirates, aye, but they adhere to a code and are a stabilizing force in the Ruby Sea. Ugh, my clothes have mostly dried, but they're a bit clingy. Still, no regrets. It was your idea. This one is Tansui. Come, introduce yourselves. I wonder, Laminzan pirates have been known to say things like "ar," but surely pirates on the opposite side of the world use different expressions. Or "aruru," perhaps. Interesting. What goes through your head, Alice? I fear you have the advantage of me. Most honorable and esteemed Foxy Games. I am Tansui, a humble mate who serves at the pleasure of the Confederacy's captain. As you are in the company of the Shellback, I presume we have business to discuss. That we do, sir. That we do. You wish to pay the ruby tithe, yes? With your gil, perhaps? It is just as well. Foreign currencies are in demand these days. I would pay for their passage to Othard. Does this sum meet with your satisfaction? The sea has been quite tempestuous of late. I cannot say with confidence that you would reach your destination safely, unless you tripled it. Do you take me for a fool? I know the price, as do all. Alas, we live in interesting times. As you came from Kugane, I should think I need not tell you that. The shadow of war looms. The wise and the cautious shirk our waters and our custom, and the foolhardy sharpen their knives in anticipation. Meaning? Sir, you've got to come quickly. The bastards are at it again. I tried to convince them to stop, but they weren't having it. Very well. I will be there shortly. A proposition. Your comrades strike me as a worthwhile investment. I would not hear men name me a cat before Koban, so I shall consider their tithe paid, not for what they have done, but for what I expect they will do. I'm not sure what to make of that, man, but at least the matter of our tithe is settled, for now. What was that he and the other pirates were talking about? Maybe we ought to go and have a look. Oh, it's trouble, I'm sure. I Let's head deeper inland and see what's going on. Oh yes, there is no underwater combat in this game, so you start to see things like that. A flying shark. Yes, it's silly. Incredibly so. But I also kind of like it. It's funny. Also, that's a lava crab. Reminds me of Dwarf Fortress. What are we looking for exactly? Ah.
Gentlemen, I'm told you were most unreceptive to my associate's requests. I realize you do not look kindly on the Confederacy and her ways, but if you refuse to pay the ruby tithe, your safety in these waters cannot be assured.
Spare me your concern, pirate. Your feeble attempts at extortion will not work on us. You remain at large because we allow it. Because you are such insignificant little pests that we see no need to swat you. But if you wish to risk the ire of the Viceroy, by all means, fire upon an Imperial vessel. Give us a reason to bring the full might of the Gallian Empire to bear against your pathetic fleet.
Bastards!
Gentlemen, surely the fact that you have such limitless resources at your disposal gives you all the more reason to spare some few coins for the less fortunate.
All talk, just as I thought. Come, let us away. I have no time for this rubbish.
We're all the same to them, aren't we? Savages to be ruled or slaughtered.
They've always balked at paying the ruby tithe, but they were never so eager to pick a fight. The problem, you see, is that many of my comrades in the Confederacy are of Doman descent, and the acting Viceroy, well, she's none too fond of Domans, to say the least. If we take any action to hinder the safe passage of an Imperial vessel, she'll accuse us of attempting to foment rebellion and brand us enemies of the Empire, which we can ill afford to be. Like the man said, we're all talk.
And where did the Kugane stand in all this?
With the winning side, of course. They're mercenaries to a fault, eager to offer their services without coercion. The Shellback could tell you more, though something tells me he would rather not.
I don't understand. If the Garleans are causing the Confederacy this much trouble, and if so many of you are Doman to begin with, why aren't you willing to fight back?
Spoken like a true friend of the Doman Liberation Front. If you're planning to rouse us with noble words and grand promises, don't bother. We all know what the Imperial Army can do. Compared to them, we're boys with boats. Besides, what ties a man may once have held to his home are forsaken upon joining the Confederacy. We look out for none but our own. Be that as it may, Our livelihood is under threat, and the captain will need to decide soon whether we're to go down in a blaze of glory or bow and scrape for crumbs from the Emperor's table. All while our friend the Viceroy continues her purge of Doma's radical elements. I believe she's holding court in one of the fishing villages even as we speak.
That she-devil! Her perfidy knows no bounds! She must be stopped! Come, let us find Soroban and put us here at once!
Tell the others that these ones have paid. We all have places to be.
So basically, he's confident that we're going to cause trouble for the Empire, which they like. And if we're good at anything, it's causing trouble for the Empire. Doma is but one of many provinces under Imperial control, filled with people who have had to find ways to cope with a bitter reality. So they really don't care what happens to Doma? I can't. I refuse to believe that. What are we waiting for? Come, come, Soroban cannot have gotten far. Though now that I think on it, it is passing strange that he left without warning. Mayhap he did not want to be seen by his Kugane brethren. I doubt he thought to leave us behind, but nevertheless it may be prudent to return to his ship. Or at least to the Confederate encampment. Yeah, I doubt he would leave us behind. He seems like an honorable turtle man. It's clear that the Kugane of Blue and the Kugane of Red don't see eye to eye. Ha! I told you he'd not abandon us! I'm sure he had his reasons for his odd behavior, and I should very much like to hear them. Trust requires honesty. Oh good, he's still here. Oh, my friends, 1,000 pardons. As you may have guessed, I was reluctant to be seen in your company by my red brothers. Ours is a complex relationship. I pray you do not misinterpret their actions as a reflection of our allegiances as a whole. You understand? Kami be praised. Too often are the shellless quick to judge all Kugane for the deeds of one. Right then. Now that our business with Tansui is concluded, we can traverse the Ruby Sea without fear. Something's actually going our way for a change. That can't be good. I shall return to the ship and prepare for our departure. If you have any remaining business to conduct with the pirates here, I pray you do so now. Ah, that reminds me. Foxy, would you be so kind as to inform the Confederates of our plans? The more they know of our movements, the less likely we are to be mistaken for another vessel by their comrades. Sounds good to me. It looks like we're going to have some quests to do here. I'm assuming it will be for some, what the hell are they even called? Ether currents. That's what we're looking for. But that's gonna have to wait until the next episode, for we are out of time. We're almost at Doma. Almost at Doma. We've been to hell and back to get here, but we're almost there. So, in the next episode, that's exactly where we'll be. I'm Foxy Games. In the meantime, you guys take care of yourselves. Bye.